Joe Bouchard talks about his early days with Blue Oyster Cult and how the Byrds were not a good idea, not a good band to tour with. But Alice Cooper, spot on. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. Of course, the Byrds had that classic acoustic sound which influenced so many bands. But they didn't sound like Blue Oyster Cult. And Alice Cooper did. We talked to Joe Bouchard about the early days of touring. Tell me about touring with Alice Cooper there in the early days. I mean, that must have been a big shot in the arm.
Yes. The first tour we did was with the Byrds.
Yes.
And we love the Byrds. The Byrds are an American classic, band. But the Byrds fans did not like us. It was like, get off.
Yeah.
You suck. But that was only about 8 shows. And then finally after that, we did we saw Alice Cooper and said, this is very interesting. It's different. And it sounded better than I ever thought it was going to. It was just, they were so organized and the show was so tight. And it was amazing. So we did about 20 shows with Alice Cooper. As that was our second tour. And from the first note of the first that we played on stage, the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
It was like night and day, between the Byrds fans and the Alice Cooper fans. I mean, first of all, the Alice Cooper fans were like young. Their single was "I'm 18." So it was everybody who's a teenager that wasn't 18, but wanted to be 18.
Yeah. Well,
looking out to the crowd is like, wow, these people are excited. They're pumped up. And from the first note that we played, it was like night and day. They loved us. We loved Alice guys. I still work with Dennis Dunaway.
Is that right?
The original bass player.
Yeah.
Dennis has been my friend for 40 years.
Why hasn't it gotten to you? What is that? How you're built? Why aren't you? You don't have the big rock star persona at all. And don't say you weren't that, because you were.
Oh.
Why hasn't it gotten to you? Crazy question, I know, eh? Why don't you have a big head, damn it?
I'm a fan of you guys in radio. My dad worked in a radio station when I was a toddler. He worked at the TV station and radio station. He was the guy that kept the tubes running.
Oh. I
guess they don't have any tubes these days. No tubes.
Nope.
And so we were on. We played a TV show where we played between the cartoons when we were like 14 years old on TV. So I'm grateful. I'm a fan of this guy.
Oh yeah, I'd kill to have an interview with that guy.
Yeah,
I just interviewed Colin Blunstone of the Zombies, and he toured with
Zombies. Yeah. I mean, I went to see Pet Sounds tour 3 times. I saw the Smile tour multiple times. I went to the reunion tour, the 50th reunion tour, like 4 times. And I remember one time this is how much a big fan I am. One time I had some tickets and I was in the back and I said to the usher, I'm a guitar collector. Can I go up there and see those guitars? And she says, yeah, but come back to your seat after you. So I run up to the front and I'm looking around and I see an empty seat in the front row. So I said to the person there, I says, is that seat open? Yeah, I think the person who was there went home. So I sat in that seat in the front row. And then I scrunched down really low. And I was at the concert by myself because nobody would go with me, And you would do these daring things like sneak into the front row if you could. I'm just a fan, we're lucky to be in a band that has had some longevity. Here we are talking about the music that we created in 1972. Mm-hmm. it's. I thought if we lasted 3 years, it would be a success. You know, I wanted to be as big as the Moby Grape. And for your younger listeners out there, Moby Grape were a group on Columbia Records. They were kind of a psychedelic, fun band, had a couple of really good records, but they disappeared. And not too much. I think maybe it had 2 records out.
Hey, tell me about Hit and Run. I really like that song. It's another one. I love these energy songs, man.
Yeah, that's a good rocker. I was playing that the first time I went through that with Mickey Curry. Mickey said, "This sounds like Alice Cooper." You know, he was like excited. Yeah, it's Alice Cooper should be doing this song. You know, so he really knocked it out of the park. And it was another song by my neighbor John Cook.
Right.
You know, who did "Forget About Love." Yeah, great song. A great song.
More from Joe Bouchard coming up next week. Strange Legends is the new album. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And buy a t-shirt, please. And if you buy a t-shirt, send us a picture. We'll put it at the end, the rollout, at the end of our videos. Model them for us. We'd appreciate that. Help support our channel. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.